Hello, and welcome back to Immortal News. In this video, we'll be covering 12 legends who have recently passed away. We'll also delve into health updates about NASCAR Cup Series driver Ryan Preece, the tragic passing of former swimming champion Jamie Cale, and the sad loss of a 44-year-old restaurant owner from Owen Sound. Your likes help shape our content. Please show your support by giving us a thumbs up. Thank you. Number 12. Arlene Sorkin, the iconic voice behind Harley Quinn and a versatile acting legacy. Arlene Sorkin, renowned for her voice work as Harley Quinn in the animated DC universe, passed away at the age of 67 on August 24th. DC co-head James Gunn announced the sad news, paying tribute to her talent and the legacy she leaves behind. Sorkin's entertainment career began in 1982 with a small appearance on Saturday Night Live. By 1987, she was a key cast member of the sitcom Duet, where she portrayed Geneva. Her journey in acting took her to various platforms, including appearances in Open House, Dream On, and a memorable role in Perry Mason, The Case of the Killer Kiss. However, it was in 1992 that she found the role that would endear her to millions. As the voice of Harley Quinn in Batman the Animated Series, Sorkin not only provided a unique vocal characterization, but also helped shape the personality of the character. She reprised her role across multiple platforms including Superman, the Animated Series, Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, Gotham Girls, Justice League, and Static Shock. Sorkin also brought Harley Quinn to life in popular video games like Batman, Arkham Asylum, and DC Universe Online. In addition to her work in animation, she achieved daytime fame for her role as Calliope Jones Bradford in the NBC soap opera Days of Our Lives, showcasing her range as an actress. Friends and colleagues took to social media to express their sadness, with actor Mark Hamill describing her as a truly wonderful person and highlighting not only her immense talent, but also her warm friendship. Sorkin is survived by her family, and her iconic work ensures that her voice will continue to resound in the hearts of fans for years to come. Her contribution to pop culture, particularly in carving out a beloved complex character like Harley Quinn, leaves an indelible mark on the industry. Tribute to Arlene Sorkin. Number 11. Clay Mathiel, a billionaire businessman with a generous heart and lasting impact on pet nutrition. Clay Mathiel, the American entrepreneur who turned IAMS into a global powerhouse in pet food, passed away on August 26th at the age of 82. Mathiel was a self-made success story who made a lasting impact on the pet food industry and the Dayton community. Beginning his career as an accountant at General Motors and later Campbell Soup Company, Mathiel took a significant career shift in 1970 by accepting a leadership role at the small regional IAMS food company. He purchased a 50% stake in the company in 1975 and became its sole owner in 1982. Mathiel focused on product quality, R&D, and customer outreach, and under his visionary leadership, IAMS grew to a $1 billion enterprise with international sales in 75 countries. In a historic cash-only deal, Mathiel sold IAMS to Procter & Gamble in 1999 for $2.3 billion. True to his generous spirit, he distributed $100 million among IAMS employees and committed another $100 million to community projects in Dayton. Clay Mathiel leaves behind an impressive legacy. Not just a successful businessman, he was an innovator in the pet food industry, focusing on customer satisfaction and quality products. His commitment to philanthropy also set him apart. He generously shared the fruits of his labor with his employees and his community, cementing his legacy as a business leader with a big heart. Tribute to Clay Mathiel. Number 10. Walt Curtis, the unofficial poet laureate of Portland's enduring voice. Walt Curtis, the iconic figure known as the unofficial poet laureate of Portland, passed away at home on August 25th at the age of 82. His sister, Cleo Buckley, noted that he seemed peaceful in his last moments, wandering around until he lay down and passed away. Curtis moved to Oregon at 13 and became an irreplaceable part of Portland's cultural landscape. Co-founder of the Oregon Cultural Heritage Commission and longtime host of KBO's Talking Earth Poetry radio show, Curtis was as much a public persona as he was a poet, novelist, and painter. His most famous work, the autobiographical novel Mala Noche, was adapted into a film by Gus Van Sant and stands as an important precursor to the new queer cinema of the 90s. Curtis was a fixture in Portland's 70s and 80s poetry club scenes, recognizable for his distinctive appearance and unmistakable bravado. His writing and artistic endeavors were prolific, spanning titles like Angel Pussy, The Mad Bomber's Notebook, and Rhymes for Alice Blue Light. Notably, Curtis won the Oregon Book Award's Stuart H. Holbrook Literary Legacy Award in 1991. His death leaves a gap not just in Portland's artistic community, but in the heart of a city that has long celebrated its eccentric characters. Curtis leaves behind a legacy that serves as an epitaph for an era of Portland that many feel has faded, but is revived every time someone opens one of his works or revisits his contributions to art and culture. Tribute to Walt Curtis. Number 9. Yvon Pedneault, a legendary voice in ice hockey journalism. Yvon Pedneault, a towering figure in the world of sports journalism and broadcasting, particularly known for his extensive coverage of ice hockey, passed away on August 26th after a short battle with cancer at the age of 77. He was diagnosed just a month prior to his death. Pedneault began his journalistic journey in 1965, initially as a bowling writer for a local Chicoutimi newspaper. His passion for sports soon led him to become a sports editor and eventually a hockey writer for Montreal Matin. What followed was a career filled with accolades and groundbreaking accomplishments. He was the only individual to have worked full-time for all three major French-language Montreal daily papers and every French-language television station that broadcast Montreal Canadiens games. His most high-profile work was as a color commentator for Le Réseau des Sports, the French equivalent of TSN. In 1998, Pedneault was honored with the Elmer Ferguson Memorial Award by the Hockey Hall of Fame for his distinguished contributions to sports journalism. He served on the Hockey Hall of Fame Selection Committee from 2005 to 2011. Pedneault was also known for hosting one of North America's longest-running sports talk radio shows, Les Amateurs de Sports, and for his coverage of several Olympic Games. Pedneault's death is not just a loss for the world of sports journalism, but also for the countless hockey fans who grew up listening to his passionate commentary and in-depth analysis. His legacy will continue to influence and inspire future generations of sports journalists and hockey enthusiasts alike. Tribute to Yvon Pedneault. Number 8. Bert Papenfuss, a resolute voice against gentrification in Berlin. Bert Papenfuss, a stalwart in Berlin's Prenzlauer Berg neighborhood and outspoken critic of gentrification, passed away at the age of 59. Papenfuss came to Berlin in 1976 at age 20 as a lighting and sound technician. Over the years, he became a defiant pillar of the community through his pub, Rumbalota, which he ran for 5 years. The establishment was a sanctuary for those opposing the rapid cultural and economic shifts affecting the neighborhood. An avowed anarchist, Papenfuss criticized the government for failing to halt skyrocketing property prices and eroding local culture. His pub eventually closed as more original Berliners left the area, drained by gentrification. His strong stance made him a touchstone for those who lament the loss of Berlin's grittier, more rebellious spirit. In his lifetime, he remained an uncompromising voice, deeply committed to preserving the cultural essence of his neighborhood against the wave of tourists, investors, and rising property values. He is survived by his wife, with whom he operated the now-closed Rummelot, tribute to Bert Papenfuss. Number 7. Bosse Broberg, a resonating force in Swedish jazz. Bosse Broberg, the iconic Swedish jazz trumpeter and composer, passed away on August 26th at the age of 87. A musical prodigy since childhood, Broberg switched from the accordion to the trumpet at just 14. He earned his musical stripes at the University of Uppsala and went on to collaborate with Swedish jazz legends like Guga Hedrenius and Arne Domnerus. From 1966 to 1990, he served as the head of Sveriges Radio's jazz programming, significantly shaping the genre's landscape in Sweden. He founded the Radio Jazzgruppen in 1967, an ensemble that became a national institution under his guidance. Later, he played with international names like Red Mitchell and led the Sandviken Big Band for a decade. In 1995, Broberg founded the Nogenja Jazz Soloist Ensemble, epitomizing his belief in jazz as a timeless, generation-defying art form. His talent and influence were celebrated with a Django d'Or Award in 2005. He leaves behind an unparalleled legacy that has enriched Swedish culture and inspired countless musicians. Tribute to Bosse Broberg. Number 6. Martin Lasiga, a pioneer and luminary in Swiss beach volleyball. Martin Lasiga, a giant in the world of Swiss beach volleyball, passed away suddenly earlier this week at the young age of 48 after suffering from severe depression. His monumental 18-year career included being a 3-time European champion and a World Championship silver medalist. In 1999, he ascended to the status of the world's #1 player, a year in which he and his brother Paul were also voted Switzerland's Team of the Year. Together with Paul, Lasiga dominated the beach volleyball circuit from 1995 to 2004. Later, he teamed up with athletes like Marcus Egger, Jan Schneider, and Jefferson Bellaguarda. Although he retired a decade ago, his contributions to the sport continued. He was a co-commentator for Swiss national TV, lending his expertise to major events like the Olympics and World Championships. Lasiga's untimely departure leaves a void in the sport he so passionately enriched. He remains one of Switzerland's most illustrious sportsmen, leaving behind a legacy of excellence and inspiration for future generations. Tribute to Martin Lasiga. Number 5. Ron Polensky, a pillar in New Zealand sports journalism and history. Ron Polensky, a distinguished New Zealand journalist and sports historian, passed away on August 22nd at the age of 78 after a battle with cancer. Born in Dunedin on March 31, 1945, Polensky began his career with the Evening Star before making significant contributions at the New Zealand Press Association and the Dominion. He was an unparalleled authority in the world of New Zealand sports, writing about 50 books on the subject. In 1998, he established the New Zealand Sports Hall of Fame and served as its administrator until illness led to his retirement. For his invaluable contributions to sports journalism, Polensky was appointed an officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit in the 2003 New Year Honours. In a fitting tribute to his life's work, he was inducted into the New Zealand Sports Hall of Fame in November 2022. Polensky's loss is deeply felt in the realms of journalism and sports history, but his legacy of dedication and expertise will continue to inspire future generations. Tribute to Ron Polensky. Number 4. Rob Fruithof, a charismatic presence in Dutch television and beyond. Rob Fruithof, the former Dutch TV presenter best known as the host of the animal and nature quiz show Waku Waku, passed away at the age of 71 due to cancer on August 25th. The news of his death was confirmed on his own Facebook page. Living in Cape Town, South Africa for the last 19 years, Fruithof was initially set to host Waku Waku for just one season in 1988. However, the show's popularity kept him as the face of the program for 8 years. He was also known for hosting Te Land, Ter Zien in de Lucht on Tros. An actor by training, Fruithof also played roles in TV shows like Onderweg naar Morgen and Westenwind. In his later years, he ventured into American productions, including an Emmy-winning episode of Black Sails filmed in South Africa and the 2011 film Sniper Reloaded. His talent extended to commercials in South Africa, testifying to his versatility and broad appeal. Fruithof's warm and engaging presence on screen will be greatly missed, but he leaves behind a legacy that transcends borders and genres. Tribute to Rob Fruithof. Number 3. Gleb Panfilov, a luminary in Russian cinema and storytelling. Gleb Panfilov, the eminent Russian film director and screenwriter, passed away on August 26th in Moscow at the age of 89. Panfilov, originally a chemist, gained international acclaim for his historical films, often featuring his wife, Inna Churikova. His cinematic work won him numerous accolades, including the Golden Prize at the 13th Moscow International Film Festival for Vasa Zheleznova and the Golden Bear at the 37th Berlin International Film Festival for The Theme. Notably committed to his craft, Panfilov braved the economic difficulties of the 1990s to direct The Romanovs, an imperial family, a labor of love involving his family. In 2000, he was honored at the 22nd Moscow International Film Festival for his lifetime contributions to cinema. His later works included a miniseries adaptation of Alexander Solzhenitsyn's novel The First Circle, aired in 2006, where the Nobel Prize-winning author himself contributed to the adaptation and narration. Panfilov's artistry spanned decades and mediums, solidifying his legacy as a stalwart in Russian cinema and storytelling. Tribute to Gleb Panfilov. Breaking news. News 1. Former swimming champion Jamie Kale, 42, passed away earlier this year in the U.S. Virgin Islands. During her career, Kale achieved significant milestones, including winning a gold medal at the 1997 Pan Pacific Championships. The U.S. has been actively taking steps to ensure the well-being of its citizens, with the White House seeking additional resources. News 2. NASCAR Cup Series driver Ryan Preece was released from Halifax Health Medical Center after a severe accident during the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. The crash occurred with 6 laps remaining, causing Preece's car to become airborne and flip nearly 10 times. Although shaken, Preece confirmed his well-being on social media. This accident resulted in his elimination from the NASCAR playoffs, ending a challenging 2023 season for him. News 3. The 44-year-old restaurant owner from Owen Sound, Ontario, Sharif Rahman, passed away a week after an assault by 3 individuals. The local community and friends recall Rahman as a kind and modest individual. His death is currently under investigation as a possible homicide. News 4. Instagram roller skating influencer's tragic death. The boyfriend of roller skating influencer Beauty Couch, 22, has been arrested and charged with her murder. Eugene Louis-Jacques, 21, now faces charges including murder and arson. Couch's body was found near a burning vehicle in Austell, Georgia, prompting a suspected foul play investigation. Known for advocating against bias, Couch's legacy as a passionate influencer lives on. Now it's time to remember the legends who passed away in the past years. Number 2. Lute Olson, the architect of Arizona's basketball dynasty. Hall of Fame basketball coach Lute Olson passed away at the age of 85 on August 27th in 2020. Olson had been in hospice care after suffering a stroke last year. Olson was a transformative figure in college basketball, especially for the University of Arizona Wildcats. Over his 24 seasons at Arizona, Olson boasted an impressive 589-187 record, leading the Wildcats to their only NCAA championship in 1997. Under his guidance, the team also made 4 Final Four appearances and secured 11 Pac-10 titles. His coaching career, which also spanned stints at Iowa and Long Beach State, concluded with a remarkable 776-285 record. Olson was honored for his contributions to the sport with an induction into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2002 and the College Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006. A statue was erected in his honor outside McHale Memorial Center in Tucson in 2018, and the Wildcats' home court was named Lute and Bobby Olson Court, to honor both him and his late wife. Numerous former players, including Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr and Georgia Tech coach Josh Pastner, took to social media to praise the influential coach. Olson was renowned not just for his tactical acumen, but also for his role as an educator and motivator. His impact went beyond wins and losses, creating a family atmosphere that has resulted in a lasting bond among generations of Arizona players. In a fitting tribute, University of Arizona President Robert C. Robbins described Olson as much more than a basketball coach, emphasizing his role as an educator, a motivator, a husband, a father, a grandfather, and a friend to so many. Tribute to Lute Olson. Number 1. Jessie Combs, breaking barriers at breakneck speeds. Jessie Combs, known as the fastest woman on 4 wheels, passed away on August 27th in 2019 at the age of 39. The cause of her death was a fatal crash in a jet-powered car while attempting to break her own 4-wheel land speed record at the Alvord Desert in southeastern Oregon. She was posthumously awarded the Female Land Speed World Record by Guinness World Records in June 2020. Born in Rockerville, South Dakota, on July 27, 1980, Combs was a multi-talented individual who excelled as a professional racer, television host, and metal fabricator. She initially gained fame as the co-host of the Spike TV show Extreme 4x4, appearing in over 90 episodes from 2005 to 2009. She was also a familiar face on shows like Overhaulin', Mythbusters, The List, 1001 Car Things to Do Before You Die, All Girls Garage, and the Science Channel's How to Build Everything. Combs set a women's land speed class record in 2013 and broke her own record in 2016. Her passion for speed was not just a personal pursuit but an inspiration to countless women aiming to break barriers in male-dominated fields. After graduating from WyoTech in 2004 with expertise in collision and refinishing, street rod fabrication, and custom fabrication, she swiftly made her professional debut by building a car from scratch to feature at the Specialty Equipment Marketing Association's show. Her legacy is not just in her speed records or TV appearances, but also in the hearts of those inspired by her fearless pursuit of excellence. Jessie's demise is an irreplaceable loss to the world of motorsports and television, but her pioneering spirit continues to inspire. Tribute to Jessie Combs. That concludes our coverage for today, but the stories of those we've lost continue to resonate with us all. We invite you to also watch our special feature on the 13 biggest stars who died recently, where we pay homage to the lives, talents, and legacies that have left an indelible mark on our world. You can find the link to that video in the description below, or click on the card appearing on your screen now. If you found today's video informative and touching, Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Immortal News for more compelling stories and tributes. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and take care.